The need to get to net zero is becoming more and more urgent. We won't get there without the consent and active engagement of the people who have to pay for it, host the new infrastructure, and change their habits. Community energy could make a large contribution not only to produce the clean power we need, but bring people with us in our ambition to get to net zero before it is too late. Thank you.
Whilst credit should go to the campaigning work of Power for People, it's abundantly clear that local councils, cities, towns and villages want to play their part in the transition to net zero. We need to use all the tools in the box to ensure that we reach our destination on time and hopefully after a smooth ride. This means removing those regulatory barriers that currently prevent community energy from playing its full role.
If the right to local supply was established, even more people and communities could become electricity customers of local enterprises. Communities such as Cardigan and Ceredigion, which has a budding local energy club and ample local generation of renewable energy, and yet currently local demand is not being catered for by local supply. A right to local supply would, of course, help connect consumers with locally generated electricity, and the knock-on effect would be seen in communities across these islands.
Further up the River Dee, in my constituency in Corwyn, is the perfect example of a community energy project, namely the Corwyn Community Hydro Power Scheme. People came together as a community to build a 55 kilowatt high-head hydro scheme in the town. The scheme is 100% owned and run by the community. The success of this first project has led to a second larger project in Bonham, near Corwyn, where work is expected to start this autumn on building a 100 kilowatt hydro scheme.
I'd like to see the UK government accept the reality they've got the power over this at the moment, and they really should listen to the cross-party voices from Conservative, from Labour, from Liberal, from SNP, from Plaid Cymru and from elsewhere, and make the change to enable this potentially huge increase. And as I said, 35 gigawatts of energy being used this afternoon. 3 of those gigawatts, 10%, could be coming from local energy production, which would be also a stimulus economically.
Reforming the market rules so that local and regional sized renewable energy generators could sell their electricity direct to local customers. It would mean that my constituents in Broughton would no longer be reliant on having to choose from a few large national suppliers. They can go local, they can go sustainable. If we can achieve that, then the effect will be to take community energy schemes like that one, just being a smattering of projects across the country, being thousands.
As COP26 moves ever closer, let's ensure that the UK catches up with our neighbours like Germany. Let's help community energy generate electricity for our children and grandchildren. If we miss our targets, we are putting those future generations at grave risk of a climate breakdown.
Communities are clearly vital in the move to net zero. They are best placed to know what changes work best for them. And where communities are ahead of the government's policies, and we're hearing that today, they should be enabled, not blocked from acting. This is not the time to be stuck in the old ways of doing things. That won't work now. We must embrace new ways of working with and for our communities without delay, and community energy is part of that. Thank you.
There is so much local enthusiasm, and that enthusiasm is growing to assist the government in delivering its climate goals. Everybody wants to help, and this is a very practical way in which they can do so. There are examples in my constituency, Sir David. I can think of the Napton Environmental Action Team, or in particular, I can think of the Harbury Energy Initiative. The government needs to help them to help it to deliver our collective climate goals.
Now, the Minister will know that as part of our net zero target and the pathways to net zero set out by the Committee on Climate Change, we need to double the size of our electricity system. Much like with heat, we're increasingly talking about the right technology in the right place, with some areas better suited to heat networks or potentially hydrogen or heat pumps more generally. And so too with electricity. With a more flexible distribution network comes the opportunity for more decentralised local sources of power, and community energy provides a great opportunity to fulfil this.
The benefits of local employment, greater awareness, and the drive to give licensing powers to local authorities so local communities can play their role will all add to the notion that we can continue to drive the costs of production of power down and continue to hit our net zero targets. It is really heartening to see the cross-party support for this, and I hope that as a government we can really begin to embrace the situation and bring community energy to the fore on the back of it.
Many of my constituents are deeply concerned about climate change. They want to make a difference despite how overwhelming the task feels. They want and can make a difference, however big or small, with initiatives like community energy projects, and government must do all it can to support and encourage such projects.
I'm very pleased to say that I was able to sign the local electricity bill. I know this bill does not specifically apply to electricity services in Northern Ireland. I'm always interested to learn more on issues, I believe, and we should be doing so, in order to analyse if we can avail of similar strategies, and that's what I wish to do in Northern Ireland. We only have 2 examples of it in Northern Ireland. I wish we had more. I think there's a challenge for us there to try and achieve that. Community energy paves the way for wider decarbonisation goals and drastic improvements in localised and renewable energy, making electricity services more sustainable in our communities.
In the year of COP, in the year when the UK is supposed to be showing global leadership, this is an incredibly important opportunity. It's important for other reasons as well, for energy security, so that we're not dependent on importing, whether it's gas or electricity or any other form of energy from overseas. Increased domestic production is safer and better for everyone. It's important to tackle fuel poverty, which is a growing problem. And that concept of localism and ownership and democratic control.
Effectively in this country, it is not possible simply to produce local electricity in particular and sell it either to your next door neighbour or the person down the road or collectively for the local good. We've now got in front of us a bill which really could cut through this problem, and it seems to me a bill that every member, every honourable member who has an interest in this area ought to be fully supporting. We cannot be any further in the position where we are hoping that some dedicated community activists try and defeat the odds as far as community and local energy is concerned. This needs to be mainstream as far as government is concerned, with full support and the breaking down of barriers at government level on the basis of a strategy to get that community and local energy really going for the good of all of us, for our communities, for our local energy resources, and indeed for our low-carbon future overall.
The government does support the development of new business models to supply energy consumers and help achieve our net zero ambition. The 2020 Energy White Paper committed government to review the overall energy retail market regulatory framework. Through this review, we will assess those changes that may be needed to ensure the framework is fit for purpose and allows new business models to come forward. We will engage closely with community energy stakeholders as part of this review, and I welcome the various offers by members today to do that.
I want to thank everybody this afternoon for their powerful contribution. Clearly, we have heard that there is widespread support from all corners of the nation, and cross-party support and fantastic enthusiasm in our communities for community energy. We have put this at the centre of this debate, the local electricity bill. And again, everybody today has actually supported the local electricity bill. And while I hear that the government is in principle in favour of local communities to get involved in these in projects and local energy supply, it was disappointing that I couldn't hear that the government is actually giving consent to the principle that sits at the heart of the local electricity bill, and that is the right to local supply. So, Sir David, I fear there's going to be another Westminster Hall debate, or indeed a bigger debate, because as somebody else has said here before, the government always says no before it says yes. So let's not give up. I believe that to unleash the potential for community energy and the support in principle for local supply is where we need to get to in the end. Thank you again to everybody. Thank you to the Minister. Thank you, Sir David.